You guys been popping out, you know what I mean? Like I said, we've been having the discussion even furthermore, you know, around the space of veteran artists and the amazing music that one you guys are putting out, and how it's like hard to find just on like Sirius XM, and you kind of don't really get it nowhere else. So I'd love to hear your thoughts because we've heard Ninth Wonder speak on it. Q-Tip kind of spoke back on it, in this space of what we may be calling adult contemporary hip hop. What's your feelings on that?
I think that's a good thing. I think it's positive. There's a lot of things that people call hip hop that's not hip hop. That's never part of the culture, but somehow it gets called hip hop, and it's almost like getting a black eye to some of the negative side. What people call hip hop. That's I guess because it has its negative effects of how people don't have the correct meaning of what hip hop is and hip hop culture is. And it's really all positive, you know what I'm saying? So I think changing the name is not a bad thing, but that hip hop, the name hip hop itself is really hard to change such an iconic word. You understand what I'm saying? Because that's all we knew growing up, in society and in our community is the name of something that's a culture, and how lots of people from black and brown who created it to Latinos and everyone else now today in 2024 that are involved in hip hop in some kind of way, whether it's graffiti or breakdancing or making music or rapping.
Yeah. And I think, when we look at other genres of music, like whether it's jazz, you do have some traditional jazz, like what Coltrane and Miles Davis and Charlie Parker and them were making, it still exists. And people, like, when they go see it, they just say jazz. But, some people may say traditional jazz. Then you have a category of smooth jazz or whatever. When you think about rock artists, they don't really say adult contemporary rock artists. They just classified as rock music. I think where we are right now is a place where this is the first time we're starting to see a bunch of people who, and not a group of artists who came out in the 90s. It's creating music now that's relevant and that means something. And I guess we really trying to figure out, like, what do we call this, or where is this going to be heard at? But at the end of the day, the most important thing, whatever we title it, because it's still hip hop at the end of the day, it's never going, what Pete Rock and I are doing is hip hop. What
Yes.
Remo and Nas gonna do is hip hop. That's just what it is. Like, but whatever we title it, it's still gotta just have the spirit of what we know hip hop to be. And that was the most important thing for Pete and I. Was like, man, let's create the music that we know has the energy and spirit and the love that we put into the music before. That's the most important. Like, and I think it's great to see artists aging and still creating new, fresh things at the end of the day. And I'm glad that we are finding outlets for it to be heard, because our album, man, I've gotten some of the best response I've got from an album in a long time, and that's from people my age and from some younger generations. So I don't want to me, you can't box in great music. Like, I wasn't listening to Michael Jackson saying, oh, this is adult music. I was like, yo, this is Michael Jackson. I'm rocking with this joint. Or, I didn't know who Rakim was when he did I Ain't No Joke. I just was like, damn, I love this. So I hope that our music is just will be received for being great if, people feel it's great.
This more appealed to us than some of the new stuff coming out. And that's why, like I said, we've been having this conversation, and like, even could we find a place in FM to do it again? Because, what is getting pushed on the mainstream ain't what it is, and I agree with you 100%, P Rock, things are being called hip hop. That ain't hip hop. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, but like I said, man, congratulations. The album is amazing. You two coming together. I can't wait to see live. I know the show's gonna be ill. You know what I mean? I'm waiting for my vinyl in the mail. You know what I mean? So hopefully I get it before the show, because I need to get his signature on it. You know what I mean? So
no doubt.
A água mais pura da fonte. A água mais pura da fonte.